Hello everyone! I did not record a video this week. I was coming back from Mexico City and I came back on Tuesday night. Today is Sunday. But I had to work and I was like kind of recovering from my trip. In a good way. Mexico City was great. If you want, I can give you a whole update on what I did there. So let me know if you're interested. If not, there is a video on my Instagram that has like it's a live video where I update shortly on my trip. So if you want to watch how my how my Mexico trip went, go and check out my Instagram. This video is let me back up a little bit. The reason why I started a YouTube channel was because I always felt like I have a lot to share and to say, and my life experiences are very like I've been through a lot and I've been in many places and I've met many people, and my mindset has changed so much within the last I would say since I was 18, since I moved abroad to university. I studied in Lithuania. If you don't know, there is a small university called LCC, International University, where I studied, and that university changed my perspective on life drastically, and the people that I met there. Well, again, like this last 5-7 years, I'm 24 right now, so I'm going to be 25. So this last 7 years have actually been very rich years of experience. And I think I've learned a lot, so I've always wanted to share. And every time I share it with somebody that I meet, they're like, oh my God, you're so mature and so smart. So anyway, every video that I'm posting here is within the purpose of helping somebody to go through something that I'm going through or I went through. And by sharing my experience, I'm hoping that someone can feel like they can relate to. And this specific video is about money. It's going to be about money. And even though I did start a series on how to become a freelancer, what's relevant right now, and I want to keep my YouTube very relevant to what's important to me at the moment as well, is the topic of money. And I dove into financial literacy, educating myself on money. I've already started this journey of understanding how money works a few years ago, but it's only now that I'm coming to the point where I have time to read books and watch videos and study and understand even more how money works. And if you are the person who is either asking yourself whether you have a healthy relationship with money, or you're struggling with making money, or you make money but you don't know what to do with them, or you're feeling guilty for spending money, or you have anxiety and fears around the topic of money, I hope this video is going to be helpful, because I am that person. I don't experience all of those things on a daily constant basis, but I've definitely experienced all of them in my life. And my parents, I'm coming from a very regular family. We were never rich or millionaires, so they always budgeted and were trying to save up as much as they could. And I don't think I'm not sure my parents even really had time to question whether their relationship with money is healthy or not. And what I mean by healthy, I actually want to dive into that definition. I've Googled a lot, again, those last few weeks, what a healthy relationship is like with money, and I came to a conclusion that I've kind of came before, is whatever you define your healthy relationship is what's healthy, your relationship for you with the money. Which means for some people it could be earning a certain amount of money and then spending only half. For other people it's earning again a certain amount of money, $100,000, and spending $80,000 out of it. It's everyone is so different, and I don't think there is a universal there are certain aspects that I think are very important to keep in mind when you think about your ideal or healthy relationship with money, but I don't think there is one formula that works for everyone. However, in order for you to identify what a healthy relationship with money should look like, which I think is not an easy task for people who are coming from the background where money topic wasn't very much discussed or they were not educated, I think there's like some tips that I can give you that are helping me personally to understand what my relationship with money, what I want my relationship with money be like, and yeah, like start practically implement those like certain steps in order to reach that ideal relationship. So tip number one, and I feel like it's probably going to be the most important part of this video, is when you think about money, I invite you to think about it as if it was a person. So let's say it's your boyfriend or girlfriend or your mother or whatever, whoever it is, somebody that you're close with, and think about, what do you feel towards them right now? Like your baseline is to evaluate where you're at, right? Like the step 0. And my personal attitude towards money sounds like this. If I was imagining that it's a person, it sounds like this. I love money. I think it's great. Yet I feel like I am able to have it in my life, but at times I'm scared to let it go, or I don't always trust it, and that creates worries and fears in my head. Sometimes I feel like I have great time with money and we like enjoy time together, but sometimes I feel like it just leaves me without any energy, and then I feel drained and I feel really bad and my self-esteem is going really down. So that's just how I feel at times about money, right? If I think about it as a person. And then your next step is going to be to visualize or to imagine your ideal relationship with money. And again, think about money as a person. And what I really want for me and in my relationship with money is to feel, I want to love it. I want to have mutual love and support. I want to know that they're always there for me, just like I'm always there for them. I want understanding and like kind of positive, like I don't want to experience anxiety or worries. I want to know that it's a peaceful relationship. It's a relationship where we can trust each other. And your step number 3 is basically going to be to identify or question how can you create practical steps in order to reach that ideal relationship from the relationship where you're at right now. And it might sound very difficult and complicated, but I invite you to do first 2 steps very thoroughly. If you can write it down, it's even better. If you can vocalize it and just like kind of say it out loud to yourself in front of the mirror or even in front of the camera and like listen to it after. I'm like 95% sure that you are going to like uncover certain things while you're doing the step number 1 and step number 2. For me personally, it was like, oh, I actually don't always like spending money, or I don't always like earning money. And then I asked myself like, why? And those whys led me to the understanding of I have like multiple clients right now for social media marketing, and I'm just only one person who's like creating the strategy and then creating the graphics and creating the branding and I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything from the planning to execution to delivery to reporting, like to everything. And obviously I'm burned out. Like obviously I'm tired. Obviously the money that people pay me, even if according to like the average standards in the market, I'm making good, I'm not happy with it. Why? Because I'm investing my energy into something that I'm not that passionate about anymore, or I kind of like helping people with their business, but I don't like the execution part. And what I came to realize while I was thinking about money is that I actually like delegation. I like, teaching people skills that I have, and I want, I want somebody to help me with this. I need to delegate. And instead of doing the work that I don't really like to do and feeling then kind of bad and under like how would you describe it? Like underpaid, as if like I spend so much time and energy, and like I work like as if I'm 5 people, but I'm just one. I'm like, I'm just gonna delegate the parts that I don't really like, and I actually enjoy delegation much more. And then the money that I'm gonna receive from my clients are most likely, like again, 95%, I feel like right now, are gonna be more enjoyable, because I am going to invest my energy into something that I actually like. And money, if you are a spiritual person, or if you have thought a lot about money, it's like an energy. And I've struggled with this concept for a while, because I'm like, what is energy? And again, like I came to a conclusion that whenever you really do something that gives you energy back, that like makes you feel excited and joyful, and it makes you feel like you have a purpose in life. And for me, it's again like helping other people, training them, mentoring, delegating, like creating businesses, self-expression, creativity. All of those things are really like giving me so much more energy in exchange, and usually bring so much more money, because like people are, for example, like I did an art workshop for 15 people on how to paint. Like people signed up within the first like day or two, and I did not expect so many people to show up, and I got paid very well. And you know what, like it was one of the best experiences in my life, where I was like, wow, I can actually use my talents, and I can do what I really love doing and get paid well for it. And other people are enjoying it so much that, again, like it's just such a pleasurable experience that, and this is what I want in every single like income stream that I build. It's like I want this energy exchange, because I deeply believe that this is how money comes. Another thing that I discovered while I was thinking about my current relationship with money and my ideal relationship with money is the fact that I'm scared to spend. Like I feel like I always have to save for like, you know, in an emergency fund and blah blah blah. And my income has been very fluctuating within the last like year or two, because I've been freelancing, and now I have like more of a stable job part-time, and then my freelance projects are on the side, and I'm making, you know, good living, like good money, like I'm happy right now. But yeah, like even though I make enough to allow myself to spend on my hobbies, on my interests, on education, I feel guilty. Like I feel guilty spending. And what I've been doing this last few weeks, and actually more intentionally during the weekend, is actually visualize my ideal day. And I imagine as if money was never a problem. And I'm like, what would you do? And sometimes it's like, take yourself out for breakfast to the place that you really like spend money on eating out. It's okay. Like just, you know, have those, you know, few hours that you really like. Or it's a book that you wanted to read. And I'm also like trying to be very careful with the things that I buy, because I travel and I don't have much space to carry. Like all of this is gonna be gone. Like bunch of stuff in my house, or I'm just gonna sell them by the time I leave fly. And I'm in Mexico right now. However, I think it's like, you know, like it shouldn't stop me from buying the book that I want to read. And I actually like physical books much more than electronic or audiobooks. So I went and bought myself books. And I'm actually the person who is not like spending, I don't know, crazy amount of money on shopping, or like I don't have crazy hobbies that require you to have millions of dollars. My hobbies are literally like trying different sports, or and sports are not that expensive. It's like, I don't know, $10-15 a lesson if you want. Or like I feel like the tennis lessons are tennis classes are the most expensive, but they're like $20, right? Which is, I can still afford that. So I'm intentionally now, and this is all related to part number 3 of my video, that think about practical steps where you can start, where you can help yourself to slowly, like don't push yourself so like too hard, right? Because the habits you've built in the past, like where you're at right now with your money, they took time to develop and evolve and, you know, like become concrete in your brain. So now if you're like becoming more aware and you're like, I actually want to change it, identifying what you want to change. And mine were like spending habits. Like I want to feel more joy and peace when I spend money. I am now intentionally, again, specifically during the weekend at least, trying to sit down and be like, okay, what is it that you want to do? How can you spend money to make, well, what would you like? Not that like I want to spend money to be more happy, because I've actually discovered that happiness is inside of me all the time, and I'm not bothered with the rest of the world. But that's it's a topic for a different video, for a separate video. But yeah, now I'm like, I want to change my spending habits. Like I want to feel more, like I don't want to feel guilty or worried when I spend money on the things that I like, especially when it's such a small amount of money. But building those, like making those little steps towards the ideal relationship that you want to have with money is, I think, what might help you and what helps me to then at the end get to the point where like, okay, this is like ideal, like by making little steps, like little progresses on a daily basis or like on a weekly basis. This video is going to be long, but you can speed up. I really hope this was helpful. Again, this is just where I'm at. I feel like this might be very helpful to somebody else who's, again, trying to figure out how to change the relationship with money, how to understand how it works. I highly recommend trying to read books. I highly recommend trying to watch as many videos as you can on YouTube for free. Books such as like Think and Grow Rich, You're a Badass, The Power of Now. All of them are basically oriented around the mindset, and your relationship with money is the mirror of your mindset. Mirror of your limiting beliefs, mirror of what you think you deserve. Money is such a great concept. It's a stupid concept because money isn't real. Like, we created it. It's just like a number or whatever. Like, it's not a real thing. But it's such a good teacher. It's such a good like companion on the in your like personal growth process. And I think it worth investing time and attention to, try and see what's there. I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. My next videos are probably going to be about updates on like the delegation process that I've created. Once I'm gonna like nail my delegation and like my side hustles and my regular job, I feel like I want to then work on one of the biggest projects that I've been actually thinking about, and I'm gonna update you on everything. I'm gonna go, and you have a beautiful rest of your Sunday.